Shelf start. Wait, what? I can't start? What did I do? Maybe I broke it. Try again. Nope, still can't search. Does this mean... Yes, we're halfway in. It's 20 pages and... Yes! Maxed out! I maxed out missions. Yay, yay! So I can't search until the previous one finished. Let's go! Goedemorgen, good morning, buongiorno, salamat, dumela. A new Dreamworld have just arrived, which means we have 7 days to get as many diamonds as we possibly can. And in case you don't know what diamonds are and useful for, they tell you if you really, want to know. Please note that this is a variant of the Dreamworld in which we can play missions to earn reputation points, and essentially the more reputation points you have, the more diamonds you will ultimately bring back home from the Dreamworld. With that said, let's go to Dreamland. First off, you need to choose between the free-to-play version and one of the paid versions. Of course, the more gold you pay, the more advanced your starting farm will be. Let's play for free. In Dreamworld, you once again have the option to spend some gold to get a lot more diamonds for certain like milestones that you achieve during gameplay. But no gold for me. This is the basic farm setup, and over on the left there's a taskbar that will guide us through the different tasks that we need to do. For a girl that's dreaming, she's talking a whole lot of talking nonsense in her sleep. But anyway, in this one case, it is very important that we actually do all those tasks. Let's start by upgrading the farmhouse, and while that is happening, I like to change the setup of the arrangements of the items on the farm, so they fit more to my style of playing, and they're also more space efficient. There's 35 seconds left for the construction, but we have 100 gold, so go. Every 30 seconds cost 1 gold to skip. We get some rewards for finishing this task, but also each task completed unlocks 1 or more new tasks. And the reason we want to do all of them is that, oh come on, stop sleep talking. Each one of them give us more diamonds. There are question marks if you don't understand what the task is about, which sometimes help. Okay, so we need another field, not the barn, the building. We need houses for the workers for the field. Go, 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 go. Faster, faster. House. We still need the fields. So come on, go build fields. And assign the workers. Okay, task complete. And get the diamonds, which is the best part. For this variant of the Dream Farm, we need to complete missions. And we need to finish this mission in order to actually complete the quest. Yes, 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 yes. Stop talking. Man. Fortunately, we'll have another mission which will eventually be a set that we can complete while we're waiting for the mission to complete. So for now, search for the mission, and then we... Oh, okay, well, you're too fast. Then we go back and finish the other quests so long in the meantime, because that will unlock more new quests. We have an hour to wait for this one to be finished, so a lot of time. Always keep upgrading, because we will need all those buildings. We'll also need a lot more space, so let's get more farmland. Oh, it's so nice that we don't have to clear the land plots. Upgrading the fence will also give a little bit more happiness without taking up space, so let's upgrade that. We'll need every dollar that we can get, so making sure the farm happiness is healthy is very important. Fence upgrade complete. We now need to build as many cheap, small decorations as we possibly can. We do not want these for effectiveness in happiness. These other higher level ones would be better for that. What we want is cheap and small and very quickly. The purpose of this is to get up the number of decorations, not the happiness, and you'll see why soon. Time for some super fast build mode. let's remember that we still need to do the corn and perhaps mark this as an important quest so that we can monitor the progress while we're building. Dang, I didn't click it! Anyway, let's first move over to this building here, the library, which holds the handbooks, and the first level of almost all handbooks are for village dollars, and the amount of increase, the second ones will be for gold, but the amount of increase you get in harvesting is really worthwhile for a few farm dollars, especially considering that it will also be very useful in all the missions. Conquest complete, diamonds got. It's time for the next ones. When she stopped talking. Open the rankings dialog. It's the same for all the dream farms. Some of these, with the exception of the reputation, yeah, which is why we needed to have the wildflowers planted, and they were in first because nobody has any reputation so far. It's probably be the only time I'm in first, but never mind. Done that. Got more diamonds. Yes, finally, that's the one that unlocks multiple quests afterwards. Using humus on crops, solving a dollar contract, and buy gold, which, you know, I'm not going to do. So using humus on wildflowers may look like a waste, but we really do need to run through all these quests as quickly as possible, which is why we also need to fulfill a dollar contract, making sure that it's the dollar contract and not one of the supply contracts that we fulfill. And you know what, this one will do. Having completed the dollar contract, it's now time to do a supply contract. Meanwhile, we need to keep on planting wildflowers, so we can just as well add another field, and that also means that we can use another humus, which will finish the other quest and open up a new one. With this one, we need to be careful that we actually assign the workers after the quest appeared, otherwise it will not complete. And that finally brings us to the quest we're looking for. We already have the 3 decorations, and we have 5 decorations, but it also unlocked more quests, which we can do very quickly. Collect those rewards, which will unlock new quests, including some daily quests, which we can also do. Keep on collecting the rewards, including the decorations we get for completing the decoration quest. Keep going, keep going, keep going. There's a specific one that we're looking for, so let's keep building. Get the 12 decorations reward and see what's next. That's the one. The shed. This is the aim of all the decoration building. We want to get to the number of decorations so that we can ultimately get the shed. We can use the decorations that we got as rewards, so we can save a bit of money. But really, the shed is a very big secret gem, I don't know what to call it, in the Dreamworld. And for this, I need to give a shout out to Exi from the international server, who first made me a tent of the power of the shed and how very useful it can be to really get going early on in a Dreamworld play. By building the cheapest decorations, it didn't cost us much to get the shed as reward, and when demolishing it we will get 2.5 million farm dollars, with which we can really do a lot of upgrades and increase in infrastructure. Just look at that total going up. And 3, 2, 1. Come on. Yay! So much money. And with that we can do a lot of building. Remember that spinning the Wheel of Fortune can also give quite a decent amount of cash when it feels like it. When you complete the Solve a Supply Contract quest, it unlocks a whole lot of quests that rewards you a good amount of diamonds and cash, farm dollars cash, to upgrade buildings. Upon completion of these quests, they each trigger a new similar quest for a higher upgrade level, giving increasing amounts of diamonds and cash until one building of each type has reached maximum. Personally, I also find it worthwhile to buy the level 1 dollar handbook for every product type that will be required in missions, or perhaps help to make the feed for the animals that you need faster. Not everybody agrees on this, but for me the increase harvest is definitely worth 49,000 farm dollars. It's now almost an hour since Dreamworld started. See, there's 14 minutes left on the wildflower mission. And the next thing I wanted to talk about is the farm machines. There are farm machines as in the primary farms, except that you are really pressed for time and for toolboxes, and so in my opinion it's not really worth the effort to get toolboxes from supply contracts to upgrade any of the tractors other than the Stackmaster. So the first mission is completed. We can search for the next one, and then that also means that the first quest for playing a mission is finished. Next up, we have to earn 1,000 reputation points to unlock the next quest that is mission related. We've earned another 1,000 reputation points, and that unlocks the next series of mission related quests. These require increasing amounts of missions to be played. Here it is worth mentioning that these missions only count when they have been completed and when you have participated in them. See, the mission completes, and then when we look at the counter for the mission task, we can see that it's now 1 of 5 and not when the next mission started. I also want to point out that the missions in Dreamworld contain a few mission types that you don't normally see in the primary farms. For example, the hibiscus adrapa seed, which always have a shelving requirement of 0 in case you don't have any of those special seeds. With this mission complete, it now finishes off the last of the 5 missions that was required for the quest, and completing this one not only unlocks a new mission quest, but it also unlocks a whole series of very useful quests whereby you earn diamonds for every expansion you have made in the farm. And since the point of the Dreamworld, at least in my opinion, is diamonds, then this is where you want to get. You want to get to this point where you can have lots and lots of expansions, and from there on you want to have as much money as you can to buy more land plots so that you can get all these diamonds. We have fulfilled a few supply contracts by now, and hopefully that means we have enough. Yes, we have 5 toolboxes, and that means we can start building our Stackmaster. I quickly want to prove that only missions that have harvests will count. As you can see, we have not harvested anything of the almond mission. It only has a few seconds left, and we just had 5 of 15 on the counter. So if we just wait a bit, and the mission completes, it says it's not active enough. There you can see that we're still on a 5 out of 15 for the counter. One more thing to notice if you want maximum reputation points is that the first mission of the day of every type you get double RP, and this day has a clock which is reset every day. Just look at the clock to make sure when it happens, because your day and Big Farm's day may not be quite the same thing. There is a daily challenge for reputation points. You can see there's a counter, and when it resets it will give you a notification to inform you of your position in the daily challenge, and see if you have received any reward. Here you can see the rewards that are possible, and as usual the top rewards will give a significant amount of diamonds, whereas the lower ranks mostly get copper moons and seeds. The medium ones are lucky enough to still get seaweed. There also is ranking and rewards for the entire event in total. A few days have passed now, and real life was quite busy, so I couldn't play as much. Now I have a big decision to make. Either I can upgrade the Stackmaster, and I didn't mention, Dreamworld ends tomorrow morning, I think. If I upgrade the Stackmaster, I don't know if I will have enough toolboxes to activate it once for an hour. But if I activate it now, there's definitely not enough time for it to cool down before I upgrade it. So yeah, see, I only have just enough to activate it once, but it's still on a 30-hour cooldown, and by then Dreamworld will be over. Decision stuff. However, looking at the contracts that's available in the marketplace, these have quite a lot of toolboxes. I think I might make it. So yeah, I think upgrade Stacker and get those rewards and then activate it maybe tomorrow morning just before Dreamworld ends. We'll see. In the meanwhile, keep playing without Stacker, harvest what we can and shelf whenever possible, both for the reputation points and also to fulfill the contracts that we need for the toolboxes. It's the next morning and Dreamworld will end in about 4 hours or so. Let me check. Yes, 4 hours and 36 minutes. That means it's time for a few final things. Firstly, we need to plant any diamond seeds that we still have, since they require 4 hours to grow. And you only take the diamonds that you make from Dreamworld with you back to the primary farms, not the diamond seeds. And then let the missions begin. We'll play without Stacker as long as we can until there is a mission that the shelving requirement is too high for us to fulfill and activate Stacker. Oh, and here it is. Cabbages, we have 2 fields, but none of them are special seeds, so their amounts are not so great. And the requirement is way beyond that. So, time to activate Stacker. I hope you enjoy the time lapse. Shelf start Wait, what? I can't start? What did I do? Maybe I broke it. Try again. Nope, still can't search. Does this mean... Yes, we're halfway in 20 pages and... Yes! Maxed out! I maxed out missions. Yay, yay! So I can't search until the previous one finished. Let's go! Okay, so stacker ran out, time's up. We still have 20 pages worth of missions, and we're currently stuck on a dung mission, which I can't shelve for a really long time. And so far, we've made a pretty few diamonds, likely by the end of the event, and we're in the top 1000, not bad. Time for one more little experiment. If we head over to the barn and scroll down, then you can see, come on, where's it? There, that we have one diamond flower seed, but there is not enough time left in Dreamworld to plant them. So what we're going to do now is head over to the primary farms and look at the seeds there. We do not have any diamond seeds in the primary farm, and at the end of the event we will check again just to be double sure that the diamond seeds do not transfer back at the end of the Dreamworld. If you don't plant the diamond seeds in Dreamworld, they're lost forever. That's a really long time. Looking at our event rankings, we're still in the top 1000, but the other thing is the performance rewards. I don't think I've shown this before. The really nice thing to get, the really goal would be to get all 50 rewards, since the 50th of the rewards are these beautiful, beautiful diamonds, which we'll have to try for another time. At any time during the Dreamworld, and not only for this variant of Dreamworld, but for all of them, another thing that I find useful to do is to visit other people's farms and see how they do things. Just watching what other people do can often help you rethink your decisions or make better decisions. So the three main ways in which I like to visit people's farms is, first of all, the farms of people that I am in a mission with. The second thing I like to do is to look at the ranking rewards, and then perhaps just look at the top one or two players from in the ranking, or I go through the ranking rewards and I look for the people from my own server and see what their farms look like. Just looking and evaluating what they have, what they don't have, and how it compares to mine, and what it could possibly mean for gameplay, how it could be not necessarily better or worse, but how it is different, because each plays according to the time and resources they have. With Dreamworld almost over, I make one more desperate attempt to get hold of the last few extra diamonds by getting hold of village dollars in every way I possibly can, so that they can buy more land plots to get diamonds from those quests. One way is to demolish any building that I know I don't have the resources or the time to harvest again within the duration of the Dreamworld. Another way of doing it is to filter through the contracts and deleting any contracts that I know I won't have time to fulfill, and just fulfill those with easy product. With less than an hour and a half of Dreamworld over now, the search for new missions are getting really, really slow. So a word of warning, don't leave your stacker until the last 2 hours. I don't think it will go so very well. There's now only 1 hour remaining of Dreamworld, and the mission finder is still searching for the next mission. which means when it starts, there'll be less than an hour left. And that will be the perfect opportunity to demonstrate another point I wanted to make. Namely, any missions that is started within the last hour of Dreamworld will only finish technically after Dreamworld has ended, and therefore you will not be credited with those reputation points. Okay, so here we have a new feed mission. As you can see, it is still a 1 hour mission, just like all the others were. If you look at the mission timer, there's 59 minutes remaining, and if you look at the Dreamworld timer, there is 57 minutes remaining. So this mission ends after Dreamworld ended. We have harvested some feed, so in theory we should get reputation points from the mission if it counts. Now that we don't need anything on the farm, the Dreamworld farm anymore for missions, we can demolish everything we can, get the money from that, so that we can buy more land plots and get more diamonds. Also fulfill any last contracts if we can, and then sell everything. The last of the diamond flower seeds we planted can now be harvested, and that is very shortly before the end of Dreamworld. I think there's like 20 minutes or something left. 24. Let's take a look at the current reputation points for the Dreamworld. 725, 455, remember that. And kicked out. Dreamworld ended. Back on the regular farm, there's a few things we need to check. So, first of all, open the notifications, and there it is. End of the Dreamworld. So, what did we get? Over 12,000 diamonds. Nice. Let's look at the reputation points. 725, 455. Let's compare that with a screenshot I made from the Dreamworld. Yep, same number. That means the mission we started within the last hour of Dreamworld does not count, even though we had a harvest in it. There's also a number of other bonus rewards that will be useful on the regular farms. The other experiment we have to confirm the results is to see if any of the diamond seeds that we had remaining in Dreamworld, but there weren't enough time to plant them, came over to the regular world. Nope, there's the diamond flowers, and if you go down to the seeds, there, we're at the special seeds. There are all the seeds, but no diamond seeds. Diamond seeds do not carry over from Dreamworld to the regular world. You have to plant them in Dreamworld, and only the diamonds come back to the regular world. So that's it for Tessa's Dreamworld. Have fun farming!